Welcome back, everybody, to part 6 of the 100-year-old school desk resurrection project. Today it's a quick one. We're going to talk about steel wool and vinegar. Okay, so I want to bring you back in and talk a little bit about the vinegar and steel wool, 4-aught steel wool. The reason why I like this method, and I want to show you, it's really quite fascinating, is because here is a piece of that wood, and I put the vinegar with the steel wool on it, and look at the brown nature that this came out as. And depending upon the kind of vinegar you use, sometimes it'll turn out gray and sometimes it'll turn out. So what I did here is, this is one coat, and here all I did is I just dipped it in to put a second coat on, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's applied to the bench that we have behind us. So here's what I would like to do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to paint a little bit of that on this so you can see what that looks like. Stick it into this vinegar and you put it on, and if you look at it, you're thinking, wow, doesn't look so much. Now I mixed this up a little bit so you could see it. Before it was just clear, but I mixed it up so you could kind of see the vinegar on there. All right. And there it is. Now, let's come back in a few moments and we'll take a look at this. We'll bring it back here in about 15 minutes. But before that, let me show you the bench and what the bench looks like with one coat of this and another color mixed in as well. And here is that bench. And I have put in one coat on top of this bench and weighted it and dried a little bit. And then I put a second coat on. And then I want to talk to you about something else I did to kind of bring out some of that grain here in a second. But this is colored and stained by nothing more than steel wool and vinegar. Now, when I took and I showed you what the wood looked like in the patina that I had before, I showed you that it was multiple colors. And what I did to kind of, and I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of sandpaper in a little bit here, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to add a little bit of patina, and didn't want just that pure stained color. So I took some acrylic paint, just regular old acrylic black, mixed it with some water and some vinegar a little bit, and I wiped it on. And then with a paper towel, I came back in and I hit that and wiped it down. And when you put the two together with the old patina, which I'll show you here in a video in a bit, you can see that it causes a nice little ability to blend in. And the noise you hear is my family upstairs. So let me show you in a few minutes what that vinegar looks like on the wood. All right, so I'm bringing you back in. That is 3 minutes. You can see I got it back on my hand. That is 3 minutes of the active ingredient in nothing more than vinegar and steel wool. We'll bring you back in a few more minutes after that dries. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and here it is. That's what it looks like. Still a little wet, but that has been 10 minutes of nothing more than a poor man's way of aging and oxidizing your wood. Steel wool and vinegar for a really cool look. So we're going to go ahead and end episode 6 here of the 100-year-old school desk resurrection by talking a little bit about what we've done here. So we've taken and we fit all the other pieces. You might remember I had said that I was going to live with that separation. I decided to take it apart and adjust and tweak a little bit. It's a good fit. So we took a Forstner bit, we drilled a hole through it, made it a little bit larger. We have these red oak dowels, and we put those into all of those. Have some glue in there, hammered them in. Now I'm going to take the saw and I'm going to go ahead and saw those off. And we're going to go ahead and call this episode over with. The next one is we're going to bring in a Dutchman, a butterfly on the desk, and we're really close to being done with this jewel. We'll see you when we bring it back in. Enjoy.